Forget the Red Square. Forget the Hermitage. This isn't your typical Russian travelogue. We're diving headfirst into the heart and soul of Russia. The Russia most tourists never see. The Russia that whispers its stories in ancient winds and sings its soul through the laughter of locals. To truly understand Russia, you have to go beyond the headlines, beyond the stereotypes. You have to taste the borscht, share a shot of vodka with a babushka, and listen to the stories etched into the faces of its people. You have to get lost in its vast landscapes, from the frozen tundra to the soaring mountains, from the endless steppes to the enigmatic forests. Russia's beauty lies not just in its iconic landmarks but also in the hidden corners, the forgotten villages, the whispers of the past. It's a patchwork quilt of cultures, each with its own unique flavor, its own captivating tales. We're talking about places like Kazan, the capital of Tatarstan, a melting pot of cultures where the scent of spices hangs heavy in the air and the call to prayer echoes from towering minarets. We'll journey to Veliki Novgorod, one of Russia's oldest cities, where ancient Kremlins stand as silent witnesses to centuries of history. We'll delve into the wilds of Siberia, a land of stark beauty and untamed wilderness, where the indigenous people still live in harmony with nature. This is the Russia few outsiders ever see. So, buckle up, comrades, we're in for one hell of a ride. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It's not about ticking off a checklist of tourist traps or snapping the perfect Instagram photo. It's about immersing yourself in a culture vastly different from your own, about embracing the unknown, about pushing your boundaries and expanding your horizons. It's about trading the comfort of familiarity for the thrill of discovery, the predictability of the known for the electrifying uncertainty of the unexplored. This is a journey into the heart of unseen Russia. Are you ready to discover it? Our first stop on this adventure takes us east, to the heart of Russia, to the city of Kazan. Kazan, the capital of the Republic of Tatarstan, is a city where east meets west, a vibrant tapestry woven from over 1,000 years of history and culture. Imagine a place where the rhythmic call to prayer from majestic mosques harmonizes with the ringing bells of Orthodox churches. A place where the aroma of freshly baked bread blends with the exotic scent of spices wafting from bustling bazaars. Here the legacy of the Mongol Golden Horde coexists with the grandeur of the Russian Empire, creating a cultural fusion unlike anything you've ever experienced. Walk down Bauman Street, Kazan's bustling pedestrian artery, and you'll be greeted by a kaleidoscope of sights, sounds, and smells. The architecture is a feast for the eyes, a captivating blend of Russian and Tatar styles, with ornate mosques standing proudly alongside grand neoclassical buildings. No visit to Kazan is complete without a visit to the Kazan Kremlin, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a testament to the city's turbulent past. This imposing fortress, perched on a hill overlooking the Volga River, has witnessed centuries of history, from the days of the Golden Horde to the rise of the Russian Empire. The Kremlin walls, built of white stone and dating back to the 16th century, enclose a treasure trove of architectural gems. Here you'll find the iconic Kul Sharif Mosque, a symbol of Tatar culture and a masterpiece of Islamic architecture, its turquoise domes piercing the sky like spears. Just a stone's throw away stands the Annunciation Cathedral, a magnificent example of Russian Orthodox architecture, its golden domes shimmering under the sun. The coexistence of these two religious structures within the same complex speaks volumes about Kazan's legacy of religious tolerance and cultural exchange. But Kazan is more than just history and architecture. It's a city that tantalizes all the senses, a place where you can indulge in the unique flavors of Tatar cuisine. Forget borscht and piroshki. Here, we're talking ekpokmak, a savory pastry filled with meat and potatoes, and chak-chak, a sweet treat made from fried dough and honey. The hospitality of the Tatar people is legendary. They'll welcome you into their homes with open arms, ply you with endless cups of tea and plates piled high with food, and share stories of their culture and traditions. This is the essence of Kazan, a city that embraces life with open arms, a city that celebrates its heritage while looking towards the future. Siberia. The very name evokes images of frozen wastelands, gulags, and exile. But Siberia, my friends, is much more than a desolate expanse on a map. It's the wild, untamed heart of Russia, a land where nature reigns supreme and ancient traditions endure. Imagine stepping off the beaten path, leaving behind the city lights and venturing into a world where the air is crisp and clean, where the silence is broken only by the whisper of the wind through the trees and the cry of a hawk circling overhead. We're talking about vast forests of birch and pine, stretching as far as the eye can see, their emerald hues turning to fiery gold in the autumn. We're talking about crystal-clear lakes and rivers, teeming with fish, reflecting the sky like shards of broken mirror. Venture into the heart of Siberia, and you'll find a way of life that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. Here, in small villages scattered across the vast landscape, people live in harmony with nature, their lives dictated by the seasons. Forget 9-to-5 jobs and traffic jams. Here it's about fishing in icy rivers, gathering wild berries in the forest and chopping wood for the long winter months. Life here is tough, unforgiving even, but there's a certain beauty in its simplicity, a sense of community that's hard to find in the anonymity of big cities. Share a meal of freshly baked bread, smoked fish, and steaming cups of tea with a local family, and you'll experience a hospitality that's as warm and inviting as a crackling fire on a cold winter's night. One of the most remarkable things about Siberia is the resilience of its indigenous people, who have managed to preserve their unique cultures and traditions despite centuries of outside influence. We're talking about the Evenki reindeer herders, who roam the tundra with their herds, living in harmony with nature just as their ancestors did for thousands of years. Imagine the thrill of witnessing a reindeer race across the snowy plains, their antlers silhouetted against the endless horizon. Further south in the Altai Mountains, you'll encounter the descendants of the ancient Scythians, their culture a fascinating blend of shamanism and Buddhism. Siberia is not just a destination, it's a journey into the soul of Russia, a place where you can reconnect with nature, discover ancient cultures, and experience a way of life that's both humbling and inspiring. So, pack your warmest clothes, embrace the unknown, and prepare to be amazed by the raw beauty and untamed spirit of unseen Siberia. Let's talk about the raw, untamed beauty of Russia. The kind of landscapes that make you feel insignificant yet strangely connected to something much bigger than yourself. We're talking about places where Mother Nature throws a tantrum one minute and paints a masterpiece the next. Forget your manicured parks and botanical gardens. This is the real deal, where the earth still remembers how to tremble, where volcanoes spit fire into the sky, where glaciers carve their way through mountains, leaving behind valleys of breathtaking beauty. We're heading east, far east, to a land where the sun rises first, a land where the Pacific Ocean crashes against rugged coastlines, where geysers erupt from the earth, and where the air is thick with the scent of sulfur and adventure. Kamchatka. Even the name sounds like something out of an adventure novel. This peninsula, jutting out from the eastern edge of Russia like a defiant fist, is a place of extremes. It's a land where volcanoes rise from the earth like gods of old, their snow-capped peaks piercing the clouds, their slopes scarred by rivers of molten lava. Imagine standing on the edge of an active volcano, feeling the heat rise from the earth, the air thick with the smell of sulfur, watching in awe as molten rock explodes into the sky, painting the night sky with fiery streaks of red and orange. But Kamchatka's beauty isn't just about fire, it's also about ice. Glaciers, vast rivers of ice, carve their way through the mountains, leaving behind valleys of breathtaking beauty. These glaciers, remnants of the last ice age, are a sight to behold, their icy blue hues shimmering under the sun, their silence broken only by the occasional crack and groan as they slowly make their way towards the sea. And then, there's the wildlife. Kamchatka is home to some of the largest brown bears on Earth, massive creatures that roam the forests and rivers, their presence a reminder that this is their domain, and we are merely visitors. From the fiery depths of Kamchatka we journey west back to the heart of Siberia to a place of serenity and tranquility. Lake Baikal, the oldest and deepest lake on Earth, a place of myth and legend, a place where the water is so clear you can see over 130 feet below the surface. This is no ordinary lake, my friends. This is Baikal, a place of spiritual significance for the indigenous people of Siberia, a place where the veil between this world and the next is said to be thin. Imagine standing on the shores of this vast inland sea, its waters so blue they seem to glow from within, the air crisp and clean, the silence broken only by the gentle lapping of waves against the shore. Take a dip in its icy waters if you dare, and feel the chill cleanse your soul. Hike through the surrounding forests, carpeted with wildflowers in the spring, ablaze with color in the fall, and breathe in the fresh, pine-scented air. Baikal is a place of peace, a place of reflection, a place to reconnect with nature and with yourself. It's a place where you can feel the pulse of the earth, slow and steady, a reminder that the world is a vast and wondrous place full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Deep in the Altai Mountains, hidden amongst the craggy peaks and windswept valleys, lies a secret whispered on stone. These are the petroglyphs of Siberia, ancient rock carvings that speak to us across the centuries. Hunters, animals and symbols etched into stone telling stories of the ancients. Each carving is a window into a world long gone, a reminder of our shared history. Forget your luxury SUVs and heated leather seats. Out here in the vast Yamal Peninsula, the reindeer is king. The Nenets people, nomadic reindeer herders, have roamed these plains for centuries. Picture an endless landscape of snow and ice, the wind howling like a banshee, the temperature so low your breath freezes in mid-air. Yet amidst this frozen desert, life endures. Reindeer, thousands of them, their hooves drumming a steady rhythm against the frozen ground, their antlers silhouetted against the horizon like a forest of bone. The Nenets, bundled in layers of reindeer hide and fur, their faces weathered by the harsh Arctic winds, move among their herds with an easy familiarity. This is not just a livelihood, it's a way of life, a spiritual connection to the land and the animals that sustain them. They rely on the reindeer for everything: food, clothing, shelter, even transportation. Imagine sleeping in a chum, a traditional Nenets tent made from reindeer hides stretched over a framework of poles, the air thick with the smell of wood smoke and reindeer musk. It's not glamorous, but it's warm, and out here in the heart of the Arctic winter, warmth is everything. The air crackles with a strange energy. The shaman, his eyes dark and intense, beats a rhythmic tattoo on his drum, the sound reverberating through the small, dimly lit tent. The air is thick with the smell of burning herbs, a cloying sweetness that mingles with the musk of reindeer hides and the tang of wood smoke. We're deep in the Siberian taiga, guests of a Yakut shaman, a practitioner of an ancient spiritual tradition that predates the arrival of organized religion. Here, in this remote corner of the world, the spirits are real, their presence felt in the rustling leaves, the howling wind, the flickering flames of the fire. The shaman, his face painted with ochre and charcoal, chants in a language both ancient and strangely familiar, his voice rising and falling in time with the beat of the drum. He's a conduit between worlds, a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, and as he dances, his body contorting into impossible shapes, you feel a shiver run down your spine. This is not a performance, not for tourists. This is the real deal, a glimpse into a world where the spirits walk among us, where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural are blurred, where the power of belief can heal the sick and ward off evil. These are just a few glimpses into the soul of unseen Russia, a land of stark beauty, ancient traditions, and enduring spirit. It's a place that will challenge your perceptions, push you beyond your comfort zone, and leave you forever changed. So ditch the guidebooks, forget the Instagram filters, and come experience the real Russia. The Russia that whispers to you in the wind, that dances in the flames of a bonfire, that shines in the eyes of the people who call this vast and enigmatic land home. We've journeyed from the fiery heart of Kamchatka to the serene depths of Lake Baikal. We've wandered through ancient Kremlins, felt the pulse of bustling bazaars, and stood in awe before the raw power of nature. We've shared meals with reindeer herders and listened to the whispers of spirits in the shaman's tent. We've tasted the true flavors of Russia, beyond the vodka shots and caviar dreams. This, my friends, is the real Russia. Not the Russia of headlines and stereotypes, but the Russia of the heart, the Russia of the soul, a tapestry woven from 1,000 threads, each one a story waiting to be told, an experience waiting to be lived. It's a Russia that challenges you to look beyond the familiar, to embrace the unknown, to open your heart and mind to a world vastly different from your own. It's a Russia that will stay with you long after you've returned home, a whisper in the wind, a flicker in the firelight, a memory that brings a smile to your face and a yearning to your heart. The Russia that reminds you that the greatest adventures are often found not on a map, but in the connections we make with the people, the places, and the experiences that touch our souls. So I leave you with this, my friends. Go get lost. Lose yourself in the vastness of this incredible country. Trade your itinerary for intuition, your guidebook for a sense of adventure. Talk to the locals, even if you don't speak the language. Share a meal, a laugh, a story. Let yourself be surprised, challenged, and ultimately transformed by the experience. Don't just visit Russia, experience it. Taste its soul in every bite of food, every sip of vodka, every conversation with a local. Feel its heartbeat in the rhythm of its music, the warmth of its hospitality, the raw beauty of its landscapes. Listen to its stories whispered on the wind, etched in stone, passed down through generations. The real Russia, the unseen Russia, is out there waiting to be discovered. All you have to do is open your heart, lace up your boots, and take that first step. Trust me, it's a journey you won't soon forget.